Hey guys, and welcome to this SU-100Y replay. We're here on Fisherman's Bay and I'm actually playing the SU-100Y this match. And the reason why I was playing this vehicle is that I was doing the TD-8 mission for the T-55A, which is to do 4 times your own HP in damage. And for this reason I basically chose the SU-100Y. I rarely play this tank. But it's got a big 130mm gun that does 440 alpha damage, and it's only got 700 HP. So the amount of damage you do compared to the amount of HP you have is actually quite nice. Other nice tanks you can use for this are, for instance, the Borsig with the big 152mm gun. Is also a really nice one. But I tried the Borsig before this match actually, and I got one-shotted by Artie because Artie is balanced and good for the game. So yeah, he basically shot me for 1100 damage, even though one-shotting was no longer possible in this game, but it is. So I thought I'd give this tank a try. I hadn't played it in like a year or maybe 2 even, and I thought I had 6 cents on this crew. I had Camel as first and 6 cents. I was actually turned out at 99%. So I don't actually have 6 cents in this match, even though I thought I did, which will explain why I will receive a little bit of enemy fire in a short while. Because I basically thought that I wasn't spotted, but I was. But yeah, that was entirely my mistake. This is the first shot of damage I received, even though it's kind of interesting because that guy was directly behind the bush. I don't even know how he spotted me. Must have been poking out with a corner, so I received another shot of damage. So I just put one more shot in and then I pull back, because I was thinking at this point that he was just blind firing me. So yeah, that was a little bit stupid on my part. I could have actually not lost that HP, but now I'm down to 70 HP already in like the first, what, 2 minutes of the game. So now I have to play more passive. So I move back behind this row of bushes. I try to do a snapshot into that guy, which unfortunately doesn't work out. He goes across the street and unfortunately ducks into cover before I can reload. So again, now I have to play a little bit more passively because I lost all my HP. As we can see, the enemy team on the other flank has got the IS-3 there. And that is a really unorthodox position for the IS-3 to go, but obviously since it's an IS-3 he will do a lot on that flank. I actually managed to pan this shot. I guess I overmatched his side armor there with the 130mm, so yeah, that was actually quite a nice shot and low damage roll by the looks of it, 429. So yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. So now we move up to the middle. There's no longer enemy presence on this flank. And the enemy is in the middle and on the other side of the map. So again, 70 HP, so I have to be careful. Any shot that hits me will kill me. And we are actually ahead in tanks, so it's looking quite good for our team. And I'm planning on setting up a nice vantage point in the middle. That's a really nice and powerful position to control the map from. But I have to make sure that I use all these bushes to my advantage to not get spotted. I see the enemy tanks on the right hand side advancing, so I'm using this building to keep covered from the guys in the middle. And I'm hoping that my team in the south, being with like 5 or 6 tanks, they actually managed to take out 2 tier 7s. And I'm going to focus on this IS-3 and the Hellcat, because if our Borsig and AT-15 get pushed, we are in a far worse position. So it's looking a bit as like a stalemate now, though, because the enemy Hellcat and IS-3 are not really planning on coming out, which is a little bit annoying. And obviously our Borsig and AT-15 just get shot in the ass from people from the middle, because our team is still in the city where there's absolutely no tank, being completely useless. And I'd love to actually do something about the stuff in the middle, but yeah, 70 HP, I can't do anything. I just need to hope for my team to do the proper thing. And I'm saying to my team, why are you so retarded? Clear the middle. I mean, it's 2 tanks and they're still alive. couple of minutes have passed and they're still alive. So yeah, I'm just like, yeah, well, fuck that. I'll just go take care of these guys then if you guys don't want to. So I'm trying to use these bushes to stay safe. There's some nice cover here. I'm waiting for that Panther M10 to get behind the bushes so he doesn't spot me. Put a shot in and instantly pull back. And I must say that the mobility of this TD is actually not that bad for such a big tank. But then again, while the hull has okay armor, the superstructure is basically no armor at all, or might as well not be. So yeah, I have to be careful to not receive a damaging shot. It's really tall as well, but the good thing is that the gun is mounted pretty high, so I mean you don't have that much gun depression, and you still need to stick out a lot of your forehead, but you can work with it. It's not too shabby, and the gun is nice on this tier with 440 damage as well, and the penetration is actually not that bad. It's 196, so that's basically the same penetration as a T29. He's got 198, I think, on the gun, so not too shabby. It turns out, by the way, that our AMX-12T is completely AFK, which is very unfortunate. Our only light tank is not doing anything. I guess he just gave up because his platoon mates died. I don't know. He's just standing there. And again, I'm just waiting here. I see the IS-3, and I'm thinking, I'll do a shot, but it'll never penetrate. It's the side of an IS-3, so aim, and it actually goes in. It's a ginormous low roll though, of course, because reasons. So we only shoot for 375 instead of the 440 this gun needs to do on average. And again, pull back and just wait. We're still ahead one tank, but then again we've got one AFK, so it's even. IS-3 is still on the right. I don't know where the Hellcat is now, and I don't know where the SU-100Y is either. So again, a little bit of a stalemate, and it's this kind of match. You can't really do anything in a paper TD to influence the battle apart from shoot what your team spots. I'm picking up now here for the 12T to go spot, but he's AFK. And this M4 Sherman, I thanked him after the match. He's actually quite a nice player. He just I guess it's a reroll. I looked at his account and it's like a couple of days old, and he's got like 60% win ratio. But reroll as it may be, doesn't really matter. He's actually doing what he's supposed to be doing, which is to go and actually spot the left flank. So we could potentially pincer these enemies and go around them, because on the right hand side the Cromwell and T-29 are not going to do anything against an IS-3 that's in that location, and our Tiger 2 is basically just suiciding. Which, people like this, why? Why are you doing that? I mean, it's, to be fair, he is going to spot the enemy Hellcat at least, so we are able to put some fire in, but just throwing away your tier 8 top tier tank like that for absolutely nothing is just a waste. Managed to take out the Hellcat at one shot. Luckily this time we actually rolled pretty average, but we traded the Hellcat for a Tiger 2, which is never a good trade. Our Cromwell is saying SOS, but who is he thinking is going to help him? I mean, there's no one there to actually help you. And I see the M4 move up on the left, so I'm actually going back a little bit. I keep an eye on the IS-3 to see if he pops out, if I can get a shot in, but yeah, it doesn't look like it. And then the M4 Sherman on the left moves up further, and S1 is spotted. So I drive down this building. It was a bit of cover, but then again, I need to put fire into this guy if I want my Sherman to survive. So really nice shot on the side. A pretty good roll as well, slightly above average, 464. So let's see what the next one does. He actually stays in position, which was really surprising. So I managed to take him out. I'm not complaining. I mean, that wasn't really the smartest thing to do in a tier 8 TD that spotted, but hey, I'm not going to complain about getting some more damage. So M4 Sherman is actually going into the cap. the Panther M10 is actually quite a damaged or quite a dangerous opponent, because he's got some kills and he's actually not been playing that stupid this whole match. So I'm kind of worried about that guy still being in the middle, but I don't really think he is, because he would have gotten spotted by now, but I can't take the risk with 70 HP. And at this point the Cromwell is just trying to see something. I go forward a little bit. I've got this rack in front of me, and then I think that's not a really good position. I pull back. Cromwell gets fired on, and it turns out the Cromwell was spotted, but not me. Don't know how that happened, but yeah. Sorry. There we go. There's the Panther M10. He's in a hull down, really nice ridgy location, so I have to wait for him to come out. I can't shoot now, that would be a waste, and then I would be reloading when the moment came to actually fire. He pokes out too far. I managed to put a really nice shot in his side, which surprisingly hits, even though it wasn't fully aimed. So we're up to 4 kills, and it's 4 versus 2, but one of the 2 is an IS-3. So the M4 Sherman is saying, well played, man. I didn't actually notice that at the moment, because I'm far too busy trying to put fire in. Our T-29 decided to move up. I've got this SU-100Y there. His frontal armor is quite good, so I'm waiting for him to turn, and of course my shot dips into his track. I mean, we had pretty accurate shots this whole match, so I can't really complain about that, but it's just these important shots that always seem to go nowhere, and then just try to snap a shot in. I'm not expecting that to hit, but yeah, this tank has got quite a narrow gun arc, which is a little bit frustrating occasionally, because you have to turn a lot, and that really messes up your aim. M4 is moving up, T-29 is staying static, and SU-100 is still spotted though. I'm going to move up and try and support the M4, because if he dies we could still very much lose this. SU-100Y is actually not that bad at TD, and it's fast as well, so I'm just trying to be here in the middle when he pops up, and he decides to pop up, so GG. And that was actually I think a maximum roll or an ammo rack, I don't know. I mean, it's 560, so 25%. No, actually that could still be a max roll, but that was a really nice roll. So managed to take home the win with the final kill on the SU-100Y, netting us 5 kills in total. So yeah, let's take a look at the post results. So there we go, ace tanker and the high caliber. Not too shabby. Managed to get a combined total of 1460 base XP for 4,500 damage in a tier 6 tank in a tier 8 match. So not too shabby actually. AFK AMX did nothing. T-29 did very little. AT-15 did very little. So we at this Oni. I mean, how the hell with a tier 7 derp gun do you do 192 damage? IS did do nothing. So yeah. And our Tiger did a little bit, but basically it came down to me and this Sherman to actually bring this match to a good end result. So yeah, can't complain about that too much. Enemy team did quite alright this Hellcat, but Hellcat being a Hellcat, of course he did right. So yeah, can't complain too much about this. Managed to get 94,000 credits on a tier 6 premium, 81k profit after rearm, because we only fired standard AP ammo. 15 shots fired, 12 hits, 11 penetrations, 4.5k done, 3.1 from a big distance, and no spotting obviously. We did travel a little bit. XP as well, quite nice actually. We managed to get 5k XP for a double, which is, can't really complain about that. So yeah, I really enjoyed playing this match. I hope you did enjoy watching it. If you did, feel free to rate it, subscribe to the channel, and see you guys next time.